Howdy banger fans, Blayne Smith welcoming you back to another Overkill Reviews Bangers weekly metal review show. A short personal update for me, I'm recovering from food poisoning, so adjust your expectations accordingly. Once again, we are graced by one of the few remaining metal gods. Let's have a listen. It's Abbath. Yes, he's back with a new album called Reaver. It comes out today, March 25th on Season of Mist. Abbath, and I love saying it like that because of the great clip of Abbath explaining how to say his name.
Oh, it's Abbath. Or in Norwegian, Abbath! Abbath!
Abbath the band is a band that formed in 2015. Abbath the man is a man. As a founding member of Immortal, he was part of defining the Norwegian black metal sound, but when tensions within Immortal became untenable, he departed to create music simply under Abbath. A decision that we all assumed would mean the best days of both him and Immortal were way in the past. This is one of those times where you love to be wrong, because both Abbath and Immortal would separately go on to put out some of their best work in like over a decade. He's even managed to do it twice. We're now on album number 3, and notably the first album since his disastrous performance in South America in 2019 and his newfound sobriety. So what effect is that going to have on his music? I don't know. Let's have a listen and find out. Out of anything Abbath has done, this is definitely him wearing his influences on his sleeve the most. It would be a stretch to call the album black and roll in the same way it's a stretch to call Darkthrone's 2000s output just crust punk. But just like Darkthrone, it sounds like he's starting to just play the music that got him into metal through an Abbath filter. This is definitely most evident in his vocal delivery, which at times is just full-on Lemmy, and outside of Matt Pike, it's hard to think of anyone more worthy of taking on that mantle. But hey, you want black metal? Don't worry, we got your black metal right here. This baby can fit so much black metal in it. In the Book of Breath and Septernarian is where we get our black metal. The middle of the Book of Breath even seemingly summarizes his career from past to present in a little passage. The solo starts over a simple drum beat and is all rock and roll. Then the kick speeds up, the solo gets chaotic until it breaks in and give you a nice icy atmospheric section. Super great, have a listen. The best fusion of the two worlds, though, comes on title track and album closer, Reaver. He's able to take an Immortal riff and use it to cast some icy magic over a more simple blues song and deliver a great track that is Abzab. That's short for Absolutely Abbath. He also uses a bit of chaos magic to keep things interesting on a track like Acid Haze, which is a more basic track that verges on losing my interest occasionally. But then we get a little chaotic early black metal scrum in the middle and towards the end that snaps my focus right back to the proceedings. And hey, let me just snap your focus over to the proceedings on our Patreon. Did you know we have a Patreon campaign? That's where we get the money to make videos like this. We provide you extra content in there. You get a bunch of bonuses, some cool stuff. Please consider heading over there and supporting us. So yeah, mostly I'm a happy camper, but the album features a few decisions that I find interesting. First, I know some people don't care, but this album cover is so ugly, I gotta take a minute. This is Abbath Goes Gwar, and I can't stand it, especially because while his track record is certainly not spotless, he's produced some really iconic images in his time, and this one just, I don't know, falls really flat and looks really dumb. On to the music though. So he mixed the album himself and maybe I'm just still recovering from the assault that was the Dark Funeral album, but he mostly succeeds, actually. There's a ton of fuzz over everything, and his vocals sound distant, so it gives sort of a big budget take on a lo-fi black metal sound. Where it doesn't work, though, is on his cover of Trapped Under Ice, which winds up sounding like a mess. There's just too much going on in the song for all that fuzz to really let you kind of clearly hear what's in there. And while we're talking about the cover, am I wrong, or is it super weird to put a cover track as number 7 of 9 on your album? Like, unless you're doing a super original take on it, should the cover not come at the end of the album? And I don't know, man. Do we need another cover of Trapped Under Ice? There's a big pile of Trapped Under Ice covers, and this really doesn't add anything to the canon. He doesn't take a particularly different direction with it, and I don't know. Bonus track, you want to record Trapped Under Ice, cool. I'm sure some people are stoked, but yeah, it just really breaks up the flow of an album and threw me off. And speaking of flow, damn, someone get me a Segway sponsorship for these Segways, eh? Scarred Core sounds like rap rock to me. Here, you try it. The nicest thing I can think to say about that is that it reminds me of a Rob Zombie song, and I don't think that's a very nice thing to say. I am absolutely relieved that after the 2019 incident that this sounds like a truly refreshed and reinvigorated Abbath. And I love the idea of him just settling into playing whatever music that makes him happy. His personality is big enough that I want to see Abbath versions of just about everything and anything. And that definitely seems to be a universal sentiment given how many people bought him in a snow globe. We like Abbath things. It's certainly strange that the only time I didn't get him shining through is when he actually covered a song, but there's something about the guy where it's impossible to focus on his faults. Everything's always fun, everything's always interesting. And in the end, that's why I'm giving the album 4 out of 5 skulls that are trapped under ice. And hey, if you're here for black metal, I have 3 more black metal albums for you. If you like the icy stuff, Türst released Vertige on BMC Productions. If you like the medieval stuff, we've got Heltekvad releasing Morgenrødens Helvedesherre on Eisenwald. Think about how much I love this album if I was willing to muddle my way through that pronunciation. And if you like what Abbath's doing with a whole bunch of black metal stuff mixed into a whole bunch of other stuff, Kvaen releasing The Great Below on Black Lion Records is another surefire choice. And I don't think any other notable black metal releases came out this week. Thanks. Get, comment, like, subscribe. What did you think of the album? Hang out with me. I'll be down there with you guys.